Caitlin Clark's almost back. The return is imminent. It is loading.
Caitlin Clark back at fever practice, and for the first time ever, she's teaming up with Aari McDonald. Yes, you heard that right. After missing 5 straight games, Clark finally hit the court again, but not in her usual role. With McDonald running point and Clark shifting off the ball, is this the lineup shakeup that could save Indiana's season?
Clark is playing on Wednesday against the Valkyries. I feel good about that, and I feel even better about it after the fever practice today. They had an open practice for some season ticket holders and a scrimmage against some practice players. And the most notable thing from that was that Caitlin Clark was out on the floor and out on the floor with the starters.
When the Fever returned to practice on Monday, it wasn't business as usual. The gym was buzzing. MVP season ticket holders filled the stands for a rare behind-the-scenes look. But what they witnessed wasn't just a routine scrimmage. It was the moment fans had been holding out hope for. Caitlin Clark back on the floor, suited up and in action. Not just warming up, but taking the first bucket in live play. A quiet gym turned electric. And just like that, the rumors turned into reality.
Here was Caitlin Clark taking it strong to the cup. Pushing with that right hand. And just seeing her back on the court has to be, therapeutic for many Fever basketball fans. But
MVP ticket holders had been specially invited.
We're just thankful for everything you guys do. It wouldn't be as fun as it is every night coming out here and playing. And, like Phil said, Soph said, I guess, we need to protect our home court a little bit better. But you guys make it amazing. We appreciate you guys. We know you spend a lot of time and money being here. So, seriously, we're very thankful. And it's going to be a fun rest of the season, so let's get it. Let's get some wins, baby. Good job.
After 5 straight DNPs and days of uncertainty, Caitlin Clark finally returned to live action.
From Aari kind of coming in on Sunday, having 2 days, and then down Tuesday.
Well, I could tell before her first practice, she definitely watched some film. She knew exactly what we were doing on offense. She knew defense, but also that just speaks to her time in the league and understanding, how you play in this league. She's competitive. Hey, Aaliyah. She's competitive, she's aggressive, she's physical. Obviously, she's guarded me when she was on the Sparks last year. She just brings a different energy and tenacity, and that's something I think we really needed. She got us into our offense well. So just really impressed with her. I thought she did a tremendous job, honestly.
Front row access to see what really goes on behind the scenes. But what they got was far more than just a peek at drills or warm-ups. They got the moment they'd been waiting for. Stepping onto the court, after 5 games away, was none other than Caitlin Clark. And just like that, practice turned into a spectacle.
And what does that mean also? It means that Clark will be playing with Aari McDonald for the first time. Not something that we have seen before, and certainly something to get excited about because it allows for different looks. You can see here this video from Scott Agnes. Caitlin Clark is playing off ball, and Aari McDonald is bringing the ball up. Here comes Clark. Gonna run off ball action. Get open at the top. Another dribble handoff from Aaliyah. Oh, little step back midi. Another mid-range shot.
Because Clark wasted no time, hitting the first bucket in scrimmage like she never left. It wasn't just a shot. It was a statement. For the first time since that nagging groin injury, Clark was practicing with contact again. And while her absence hurt the Fever's record, what it really did was break their rhythm. The offense looked lost without her. But on Monday, hope returned. Only not in the way anyone expected. Because this time, Caitlin Clark wasn't running the offense. That job belonged to Aari McDonald, the explosive. High motor guard took over point duties while Clark played off the ball, cutting, relocating, spotting up from deep. It was a tactical shift no one saw coming, and it could be the spark this team desperately needed.
And that's something that Stephanie White talked about after practice, as well as Caitlin Clark's injury status and when she could return.
And having 2 point guard ball handlers on the fourth set.
I think it'll be really good. For us to be able to see off the ball a little bit more. In certain situations. And in playing on the floor with Aari gives her that opportunity to do that. I think we can give her a break. I think we can get her and our team different looks when that happens. So, this is really the first time that we've been able to practice that. So look forward to exploring that a little bit more.
What is the structure of having one or the other be on or off ball at any given time? Is it certain sets? Is it a feel thing for them? How do you kind of determine how that works?
I mean, it'll kind of be organic. Way back in the day, my first time here, I played with Bree January and Erica Wheeler together. So I'm used to playing multiple point guards on the floor at the same time. It'll be organic. The only time that we'll probably predetermine anything is dead balls. When we want to get a certain look, maybe after free throws if we want to get a certain look. But really, more than anything, we want to be able to play where our high guards run and our low guard gets our outlet. And having Aari on the floor gives us another opportunity to do that.
With Caitlin obviously playing 5-on-5 today, do you anticipate her progressing to be able to play on Wednesday?
I hope so. I think just the same structure, I would say, return to play structure as we have been. It's like she gets to do a little bit more, and then we see tomorrow is there progress or is there any regression? How does she feel? How does she look? What does recovery look like? And so this was really the first time we've been able to get her out into live action. So we'll see.
This move, putting Caitlin Clark off the ball, isn't just about saving her legs. It's about maximizing her threat level. When she brings the ball up every possession, defenses can load up early, trap her high, and force the ball out of her hands before she even has a chance to create. But when she plays off the ball, the floor opens. Suddenly, she's catching defenders off balance, sprinting through screens, forcing switches, and attacking matchups she chooses. Not ones she's forced into. Now she's the predator, not the hunted. And think about it from a scouting perspective. How do you guard that? If you put your best defender on McDonald to slow down the pace, Clark gets the softer matchup. If you chase Clark off screens, you're burning energy while Aari slices up the gaps. Defenses are being forced to pick their poison. And that's the kind of pressure Indiana hasn't been able to apply all season, until now. Even the pace of play changes. McDonald thrives in the open floor. She's quick, decisive, and not afraid to attack the rim or collapse a defense and kick out. That complements Clark's natural movement and allows her to pick her moments, to explode when the defense loses her for even a second. It's a 1-2 punch that feels organic and dangerous. And let's talk about mental relief. Clark has been under immense pressure. National media, fan expectations, opponents targeting her physically and emotionally every night. Giving her the space to just play, to move without constantly orchestrating, can be a game changer for her confidence and longevity. It's not taking the ball out of her hands, it's giving her power in different places on the floor. And for the Fever, that means more than just points on the board. It means sustainability. It means adaptability. It means finally creating a system that doesn't break the second Clark hits the bench or faces a double team. That's how you build something real. That's how you build a winning culture. And with this new structure forming before the All-Star break, Indiana just might be setting the stage for a second-half surge no one saw coming. While Aari McDonald slices through defenses with her explosive first step. Add in the steady leadership of Damiris Dantas, and suddenly the Fever don't just look refreshed, they look dangerous. This new lineup has the potential to shift everything. But let's be clear, Clark's return against the Valkyries isn't confirmed just yet. Tuesday's practice will decide that. Still, for the first time in nearly 2 weeks, fans saw her back on the court, smiling, moving, hitting shots. And that alone might be the biggest win Indiana's had in weeks. Caitlin Clark truly ready to step back into the spotlight, not just as the rookie phenom, not just as a scorer or passer, but as the emotional heartbeat of a franchise that's been fighting to find its identity. Her absence over the past 5 games wasn't just felt in box scores, it echoed through the team's spirit. The floor spacing suffered, the energy flattened, the confidence, the swagger that once came naturally, was gone. And the pressure? It didn't just fall on the Fever, it zeroed in on Clark even while she wasn't playing. Is she overrated? Is she injury-prone? Can she carry a team through the grind of a WNBA season? The questions kept piling up. But now, after weeks of silence and uncertainty, her return doesn't just feel like good news, it feels like a reckoning, a reset. a turning point. And that duality creates identity, something the Fever have desperately needed. Early in the season, they were seen as a one-dimensional team. Get the ball to Caitlin, hope she creates something out of nothing. It was exciting, but exhausting. For her, for the team, for the fans watching the same script play out game after game. But now, that script is being rewritten. There's movement, motion, layers, a sense that Indiana is finally building something sustainable, not just leaning on star power, but constructing a system where players elevate each other. This isn't about who's the main character anymore, it's about chemistry. McDonald's tempo sets the tone, Clark's gravity shifts defenders, and the rest of the roster feeds off the space that's suddenly appearing. It's a ripple effect, one that could make Indiana more dangerous than their record suggests. And as they head into this next stretch of the season, with home games, rest days, and the All-Star break looming, they might finally have the ingredients to flip the narrative. Together, they offer a blueprint Indiana never had the luxury to test, until now. McDonald, setting the pace. Clark, freed from pressure and ready to strike from anywhere. Opposing defenses? They can't key in on just one, and that changes everything. The Fever are no longer just relying on one rookie phenom to carry the load. They're evolving into something deeper, smarter, stronger. This isn't just about a comeback, it's about building a future. And suddenly, Indiana looks like a team with more than just heart. They look like a team with weapons. Clark off the ball means defenses can't key in on her like before. McDonald at the helm means Indiana can shift pace, attack gaps, and finally get into a rhythm that doesn't rely on one star doing everything. It's a chess move, one that could tilt the board in Indiana's favor. Add in the calming presence of veteran Damiris Dantas and a more spaced-out offensive flow, and suddenly, this isn't just a struggling team trying to survive the season, it's a team quietly preparing to strike. But let's be real, potential doesn't always translate to wins. Chemistry takes time, health can vanish in a moment, and timing? That's everything in professional sports. Still, for the first time in weeks, fans aren't just hoping, they're believing. Because if Clark and McDonald can build trust, if they can find rhythm and ride momentum into the All-Star break, the Indiana Fever won't just be back, they'll be dangerous. And the rest of the WNBA? They might not be ready for what's coming. Let us know in the comments, should Caitlin Clark keep playing off the ball? Is Aari McDonald the missing piece Indiana's been searching for? And do you think Clark suits up against the Valkyries? If you enjoyed this update, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell, because the WNBA drama is just heating up, and we're bringing you every twist, turn, and clutch moment along the way.